Serious? Which weight loss tricks actually worked for you? Meal prepping. You would be surprised how much control you give yourself over your calories when you plan ahead. It also saves a lot of time and money. If I could upvote this 100 times, I would. I cook everything that we eat for the whole week on Sunday because if I try to trust myself to cook every day or make good choices when eating out, it doesn't happen. I've lost 53 pounds doing meal prepping and primal. Patience. Losing weight, especially a significant amount of weight, takes a considerable amount of time. I lost 60 pounds, but it took upwards of 16 months of constant work. It was a shade under a pound a week. I used a calorie counter app, MyFitnessPal. It helped me work out which foods and servings to have for my macros. I also exercised a lot, even if it was walking on the treadmill for half an hour. I kept active. Fat burners helped for a sweat and to suppress appetite. I used MyFitnessPal for 130 days straight. Lost 25 pounds. That crap works. Keeps you thinking about your next meal. Also, I used a Fitbit that was linked to the app to count the calories I burned throughout the day. My big loss was before MyFitnessPal, which it seems we can all agree is fantastic. I used a sort of similar thing, a PS2 game called Yourself Fitness. It was basically a personal trainer and food guide. It had you do some measurements, establish your fitness level, and then helped create a workout and diet schedule for you. Making a game of it appealed to me, seeing it in terms of multiple small goals, or looking at improving my body as a series of side quests and leveling up. There's no tricks to it. Just establish your daily calorie needs and eat at or below that number. Exercise certainly helps. For me, cutting out sodas took 500 plus calories out of my day. Walking. It's so underrated. Anyone can do it. Can be done anywhere and it's free. What I've been doing is leaving early for my bus to work and walking 30 minutes along the route before catching my bus. On the way home I'll get off early and walk 30 minutes home again. Adds an hour of walking a day with very little disruption to my daily routine. That plus eating better and I've lost a stone in about 5-6 weeks. Honestly, putting less pressure on myself. Maybe because I stress eat, but perfectionism ruined my mental health and made me fat. Yeah, I was doing really well for about a month, and then my boyfriend visited and I got in the treat yourself mindset. Ate way too much while he was around because we were having a good time. Now I'm so guilty about all the progress I lost that I can't even open my fitness app. I think I'm gonna try starting again tomorrow. I cut out soda completely and now I only have it as a weekend treat, and only 1 can of soda. I don't like how diet soda tastes, so this cut out a lot of calories for me as well as a lot of sugar. I cut the amount of processed carbs I had. I do open face sandwiches so I use less bread. I cut out cereals. Cut out pizza. See, and by cutting out cereal, I cut out milk, which was a lot of extra calories. I only like milk and cereal. I never drink it unless it's chocolate. I still had yogurt occasionally though. For breakfast, I went to eggs and sausage or a veggie stir fry. I was eating way more food than I was with cereal, feeling more full, and still losing weight. Then on my sandwiches, I used to do a thick layer of butter. I took that off and stuck to 1 layer of cheese and 1 layer of ham. No need to stack it high. I also used plenty of tomato and lettuce. First few months were rough, but I got used to this change and now overall eat much less junk. I really don't eat much at all now in order to maintain weight. I have essentially a snack for breakfast and dinner and a big meal at lunch. I still enjoy pizza, burgers, fries, cakes, cookies, etc. because I ration that into how much I can eat that day or I'm just extra good the next day. It's one thing to lose weight. It's another entirely to keep it off. You have to change how you eat or else it's hopeless. The 70% rule. Eat 70% of the meal. Take a break and talk for a while, drink some water and enjoy the moment for a bit. You'll find that the majority of the time the food will settle in your stomach and you won't be hungry anymore. I did this for a while and seriously never finished the meal. I would get my normal amount or what I thought I wanted, eat half or a little more than half and then give myself 10 minutes. Not once did I finish the rest of the meal. My trainer wanted me to run, but I just could not for the absolute life of me get into the habit of running. So I would do this walking running interval. I still hated it, so I decided to just cycle instead. Yes, it burns fewer calories than running, but you know what? I actually do cardio when I'm cycling. With running I wouldn't really do it. I'd be like, man, I can skip it today. Running can go frick itself. Cycling's better on the knees as well. TLDR. Move your body. Eat better. Don't drink your calories. Cut out everything but water. Start tracking food calories consumed. Work out. Do anything. Walk more. Interested in anything at all athletic? Try dancing. I'm losing my kilos through weekly routine of healthy meals which are heavy on protein, 250 gr of chicken and veggies, steak and veggies, egg and tomato omelette, 30 grams of granola with Greek yogurt, smoked salmon and veggies are essentially 80% of my meals. No sauces, lots of spices, low calorie consumption during bad days, medium pizza instead of a large, chicken burger without sauce, water, no random after work alcohol. I barely drink anymore outside of the weekend festivals. Also means I don't snack during goodbye parties etc. Probably cuts out 500 cal a week or more. Daily minimum exercising. Currently doing 1 or more on the list below 6/7 but started with lower volumes. 10k steps. 30-60 minutes on a home trainer in front of the TV. 50-100 push-ups. 60-90 sit-ups. 45 minutes of swimming. 5 hours of tennis and walking 3 kilometers to the field. 14 floors of stairs at work once a day. No random after work alcohol. This was huge for me. I was drinking 3-4 craft beers pretty much every night after work. Interestingly, I didn't drink on the weekends. Well, cutting that ended up cutting like 700-800 calories per day. I eat a healthy diet and exercise 4 times a week, but that extra 800 calories per day gone has really helped. The only diet that works is sicko. Calories in, calories out. You have to burn more calories than you eat. You can achieve that with any diet you want. It's possible to be calorie deficient with a vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, keto, paleo, carbs only, bacon only, or fast food only diet. It's also possible to have a calorie surplus with any of those diets. Count your calories with MyFitnessPal. Most people eat more calories than they think they are. Find a balance between calorie restriction and exercise that keeps you at a calorie deficit and is sustainable over the long term. Think years, not weeks. There is no secret solution to weight loss. Sicko. Many people have mentioned counting calories, but I want to add to that with something that I found interesting and opened my eyes to just how my mind worked. So you know how nothing ever costs $5. It's always $4.99. Well, that's a perception thing. You see, the 4 and 4 is what sticks in your head. 2 $4.99 items. Man, that's like $8. When in reality it is $9.98. Or simply $10 because 2 pennies make little to no difference. Interestingly enough, this happens, at least with me, when counting calories in my head instead of through something like MyFitnessPal. So I eat some candy bar that has 170 calories and a soda for 140. My mind thinks something like 250/260 because 100 and 100 is 200 and there's a remainder somewhere in there. But if you do the math, you see it's 310. Now, besides human calculators, this is an easy mistake to make, but this adds up quickly. If I eat a bowl of Chipotle, I usually end up in the 600-700 range. My mind rounds down to 600 to fit the idea that I'm dieting, and it all just spirals from there. If you can see where this is going. The moral of the story here is to echo what others have said and actually keep track of your calories. I lost more weight keeping track instead of just adding in my mind, and it was because a minimal difference of just 50 calories in my math adds up to hundreds over just a few days. And yes, this logic applies to money if you're curious. I always round up my calories. So 170 is really 200, 140 is 150. Also, people are terrible at estimating and recording calories, so I add about 300 to my total each day. Keto and caffeine. shame and motivation looking at pictures of people I knew enjoying their time shirtless at the beach. I'm insulin resistant and keto has been the only way I've managed to lose weight and keep it off. A diet where I can still eat dark chocolate, cashew butter and bacon is the best diet ever. Not for me, but the wife. After years of this diet pill isn't working and this stomach wrap isn't working, she finally took my advice about calories and how the fat losing process is very simple. She doesn't count calories every day, but she stopped drinking soft drinks and eating honey buns. After that it was making the healthier choices. Brown rice and bread over the bleached alternative, spinach over lettuce, water over juice etc. She's down 35ish lbs. 5 feet 6 inches 161 lbs. Today and still going. It takes a bit of time to see the results, but now that she has, she feels more confident in herself which leads to a happier overall life. I believe her goal is somewhere around 140-150 before she starts lifting weights again. I did tell her that she should have started long ago because it's a great way to burn calories and improve cardiovascular strength. Also squats are great for the butt. I skip entire days of eating by sleeping through the entire day. It's not really all that healthy, but I've lost around 25 pounds in a few months by doing this. The old depression diet. Tried and true. Water. Drink plenty of it throughout the day, as lot of hunger is masquerading as thirst. Ice cold water burns calories, not appreciably, but some. Drink a glass before a meal. Cuts out liquid calories, which add up quickly and actually make you hungrier and you'll consume even more calories. Walk more. Avoid escalators and elevators when at all possible. Park at the back of a parking lot. Don't circle for a lazy spot. Just move around more. Break the habit of trying to avoid moving. Cut down on beer. Drink only water. Burn more calories than I consume. Eat smaller meals. Go hiking as much as possible in preferably challenging terrain. Pull up bar. I've went from 198-163 since the end of May and I look pretty dang fine now. Also, mind-numbing depression helps with the hunger. Realizing that you can actually control your body weight. You are in the driver's seat. Eat 2000 calories but burn 2500 calories a day. You will lose weight. There is no secret to losing weight. End of the day it's calories in versus calories out. The control and results are addicting. Source. Lost 50 pounds in the past year. Nice work. People don't realize how much 50 pounds is. Use a calorie counting app like MyFitnessPal and measure your food. It's so incredibly easy to pack on the calories without knowing it and think to yourself, well, I'm eating good but I'm not losing weight. You may buy a healthier cereal for the morning and think you're only eating 170 calories, but the amount you pour in the bowl actually adds up to 250. You may have a salad for dinner but the amount of dressing you use ends up being 300 plus calories. All these little things that you overlook add up at the end of the day and will halt your progress. You may think you only ate 1800 calories in the day but actually ate 2500. Do simple exercises like push-ups and sit-ups every night. Start out with low numbers and by the end you'll be able to do 100 plus push-ups a day. It just involves making it a part of your routine. I would recommend at least checking out Keto. I've seen a lot of people on Reddit lose weight because of it. I've been doing it for about 2 months now and I'm down 29 pounds. Plus, who doesn't love a diet where you can eat bacon? Love Keto. It doesn't feel like a diet, because you stay fuller longer, and the energy is great. I was always the type to nod off after lunch or nap after work and I don't do that very often anymore. Even when I fall off the wagon, I make far less terrible carb-wide choices than I used to because I know it will make me feel like crap. Just go. Of your schedule to work out, always go. You don't have to actually work out but go. Get ready and go to the gym. You are going to go for a walk but don't want to now? Change clothes. Walk to the end of your driveway. Then you can go back inside. Don't worry about how much you do when you get there. Just go. I find that once I got there, I didn't mind walking. Here's what worked for my husband. Stop drinking soda. completely. Eat smaller portions. Minimal snacking, especially at night. Lots of water and some light walking every other day. He dropped almost 30 pounds in just a few months. Set a goal weight. For example, current weight, minus 50 pounds. Calculate back to what you can healthily lose in a week month. Usually 2 pounds a week, or 8-10 pounds per month. So, for the above example, lose 50 pounds in 25 weeks. Hit that. Set new weekly monthly goal. Hit that. Repeat last 2 steps until initial goal weight is met. Set new goal weight. If goal weight is what you desire, make your goal to be to maintain that weight. The big weight loss is the goal, but snowballing the smaller weight losses is simpler to achieve and allows you to feel that satisfaction much more regularly. Less common ones that worked for me. Switched birth control. Thursday I was on the pill and weighed 140. By Monday I was down to 130 and never gained the weight back. Got a dog. She needs about 4 miles worth of walks a day. Went from 125 down to 122 in a little over a week and never gained the weight back. Fasting for half the day. You get used to not eating after day 2. And not eating too much before bed is great. Also cardiovascular exercise like crunches, burpees, mountain climbers in a circuit. Get your blood pumping and eat light after then go to bed. In the process of a ketogenic diet right now. No more than 50 carbs a day, around 20 for best results. You can still eat bread and other junk food as long as you manage your carb levels. It burns fat instead of carbs in your body. Extremely effective and low effort. I hardly exercise. I don't play sports. No real close friends anymore. So I can stay inside, play games and cry myself to sleep all while losing some weight. Win-win. I've lost almost 100 pounds over the last year entirely by calorie counting. It's not a weight loss trick. It's just simple math. When you're so fat it takes 2,800 calories a day to maintain your weight, and you restrict yourself to 1,600 calories a day, you will lose weight. I have increased my exercise, but that was after I lost almost all of that weight through diet alone. Sitting on my ever shrinking butt. If this unmotivated, self-hating sedentary gamer can do it, you can too. As for the method, try frozen lean cuisines for portion control and ease of use, and any old 10-calorie drink mix to replace soda. I used the Walmart brand. It was fine. If you're making your own food, be aware that almost everybody underestimates their portion sizes, and you should probably invest in a cheap food scale. I switched to mainly water. When I got home, instead of having a huge dinner I ate a yogurt. It was about 9 PM. I cut down my portions and ate slower. Switched to a smaller plate to trick my mind. I cut down sweets to once a week. I also started eating a lot healthier. All the food I loved and ate in excess started making me feel like crap. I went from drinking barely a bottle of water a day to 3-4 bottles a day. I still eat what I want, just not as much or as often as I used to. Getting exercise such as walking has helped too. I'm still currently in the process of losing weight. I've lost 10 pounds so far. Still have about 40 to go. My weight has went up and down my entire life. I used to be anorexic. Maintaining a body and losing weight is hard work. It's worth waiting longer to see results that you can stick with, rather than doing it quickly to see results. I may get crap for this, but I don't believe in dieting. I believe in healthy eating, but also not depriving yourself. From my experience, when I did deprive myself, I completely overindulged. Ditch the 3 square meals a day and dessert concept. For example, if I'm going to the movies, beer and popcorn is my lunch. Seems crazy to eat even more food after that. And if I'm at a baseball game, I just get garlic fries. No need to get chicken tenders too in order to appease the food pyramid gods. No soda, no beer. I cut out sugar and fast food too. The weight melted off. You definitely have to become no fun Joe for a while. Chicken and veggies for dinner most night and some kind of extended movement every day. Having a rest day in between weightlifting sessions is best. So on those days just go for a long walk or jog. When I lost all my weight, a friend suggested walking for 20 minutes. Don't go for distance, just time of movement. And in a couple weeks when that isn't as hard, it might still be a little hard, add 5-10 minutes. It worked amazingly. After like 2 months I was running for over an hour and covering almost 10 miles. I was anorexic for a while, so I'd say just starving yourself works, but unless you want your hair and nails falling out, pale skin, frequent fainting, and infertility, then don't do it. I hope you're doing better now. Not really a trick, more about education. Using a food tracker for even a couple of months will help you get a more intuitive understanding of the macronutrient contents of many foods. Then you can ditch the app. I started learning to cook. As a result, I quit eating most processed foods because the food I cook tastes better. Bonus: that stubborn 15 pounds that I gained after an injury a few years ago just went away. The only effort I made was to find a few recipes that I love and practice cooking them on Sunday afternoons. Lunch for the week is packaged up by 5 p.m. I'm living well, my friend. I'm living well. Find some kind of exercise that you actually enjoy. I used to force myself to run to burn calories and I hated it. Then I discovered I love cruising around on a road bike, and a 2-hour bike ride feels like a treat. The one that I can recommend is, pay attention to what you eat day to day. It really doesn't matter if you eat 3 donuts one day, if it's only just for one day in several weeks or months. One party won't ruin your weight loss. A couple of drinks one night, neither will that. What actually has the most effect on your weight is what you eat every day, or counting calories. That's pretty much the same thing, though. Self-promote yourself. Keep a journal and write positive things about what changes you want to see in your journey. Say positive things about working towards your goal. It sounds corny, but writing and saying good messages about yourself will help to endure the work it takes to get where you want to be. Eating less and exercising more. I didn't do anything special like counting calories. I just cut down on meal portion sizes and how many sweets I ate. I cut out alcohol entirely 6 days a week. I had one cheat day a week where I let myself eat more than usual and drink. 1. Trying to stay as active as possible throughout the day and making sure I'm getting off my butt at least once an hour to move around a bit during work. 2. Only eating until I'm about 75% full and making sure to drink plenty of water before and during meals. 3. Eat as many fruits and veggies as I can. 4. I usually let myself have one unhealthy snack a day. For example, a small bag of potato chips or a small brownie. Key here is a small portion, so I still feel like I'm getting to eat the things I want without going overboard. 5. No pop, sugary coffee drinks, or juice. Leaves you hungry and usually leads to an energy crash. Don't keep junk food in the house. I find myself eating in the middle of the night. Sometimes I'd wake up staring at the empty wrappers of lollies and chocolate I ate during the night. If I want something sweet I have to go to the shops and I only buy a small single serve. I have no self-control when it comes to lollies, so if it's not in the house to eat there's nothing I can do about it, and I'm definitely not leaving my house in the middle of the night. Calorie counting. Lost 15 pounds in less than a month. Stop eating once you hit a set amount of calories for the day. I used 1200, but you'd be better off with 1500 to 1700 so you don't feel too hungry. It'll help if you add light cardio. I walk 2 miles at a moderate pace 3x per week. Slow walking isn't what you want. Try to pick up the pace. I think I'm repeating what a lot have said, but just to drive the point home. Cut out artificial sugar. Only eat fresh fruit for sugar. Dried fruit is actually not that good for you. Cut out processed foods, chips, jerky, candy. Exercise every day. Not necessarily the gym or at high intensity, but 30-60 minutes a day of activity. Eat vegetables every day. Minimize dressings. Minimize dairy and grain in your diet. Eat lean meat and fish. I moved in an apartment on the 4th floor without an elevator and simply had to take the stairs. Lost like 44 pounds in a year. Stopped living like a pig and stuffed in anything possible. Most important was to learn to listen to my body again. For example, eat when hungry, not when it was time to eat. Stop eating crappy fast foods, nothing special at all. Furthermore, try to maintain joy over eating. Keep your favorite dish, but make it a special treat, even if it's no fitness food. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.